Well, basics about PowerShell. I'm not going to talk about history of PowerShell because this is not interesting. This is not what you actually going to do with it, because you don't need this. But few things that you need to know, and you need to be aware that PowerShell was made as a counter solution for few issues. For example, if we will talk about CMD, so in CMD you have many programs. Each program has its own syntax, and sometimes you don't know this syntax. You need to learn. You need, for example, you executing ping or netsh or nslookup. They all have different syntax. They do have different options, and you need like to learn each utility to execute. This was like kind of one of the problems that that PowerShell was made to solve this issue. The second issue was not just a difference in the syntax, but the syntax in CMD, in the DOS, MS-DOS, and CMD was pretty kind, not user friendly. Okay, so this is the second issue that was solved by PowerShell, and of course this is like counter reply and the solution for saying for Linux, all Linux scripters, like, hey folks, we have better language, so maybe it's better to use PowerShell. So that's why it was made for. And the second thing that you need to know, PowerShell, it's actually interpretive language. There are two types of languages, compiled languages and interpretive. So the compiled languages they all actually faster. Why they are faster? Because when you are developing any application or any script in a compiled language, you are writing it in specific software. Okay, like actually it's usually it's called a compiler. You are writing it in a compiler, and then you compiling your human readable code into binary code, which will be placed in an executable file, which end user can execute. But there are pros and cons, because you actually can't change the binary file. It's not readable, and if you need to fix some issue, you need to go to the source code and to manipulate the source code to be able to recompile it again and execute within no issues. In interpretive languages, okay, this is kind pros, because you don't need to compile it. You just write it and you can execute it. Any command which you, or any set of commands that you write in a console, they will be executed as you will write them. Okay, as you will execute them at the same moment with no compilation. They actually, the cons, because they are bit slower, and why they do a bit slower? Because they do more conversions between language to another language and to another till they reach the machine code, till computer can execute it, and the all way back is kind way longer. So this is why they kind longer. But if you are not writing or developing some script for launching the rockets, so it doesn't matter for you. Overall, about PowerShell was made for system administrators and help desk agents and kind of automation developers that actually can automate all processes in Windows environment. For now, it's already in Linux environment. So to launch PowerShell, press on Windows Start and type PowerShell. You will see Windows PowerShell. So launch it, and the console window will appear. This is actually Windows PowerShell console, where you can execute all your scripts. One thing important to know, it's a prerequisite for our course. Type this command and press enter. To be able to do everything that we're going to do in this course, you need to have PowerShell 5.1.